the motor system. Okay, first we learn about the information. Now second, command given to the muscle. So what happens? These information move up to the cerebral cortex, and this cerebral cortex give command to the muscle, and these commands are motor signal. Okay, and as a result, what happens? The muscle are contracted. Muscle means skeletal muscle, cardiac muscle, smooth muscle. All these type of muscle are contracted as a when this cerebral cortex give command, send command. Okay, so as a result, the muscle are contracted and glands secrete hormone. So these are the output of this command. Okay, and which area control this? Mainly cerebral cortex and brainstem, and other area associate with these two area known as basal ganglia and cerebellum. So the main area are cerebral cortex and brainstem. Now, where is the motor area? This is the motor area. This is the central sulcus. Okay, there. So anterior to this line is called central sulcus. Okay. It divides two area, motor from the sensory. Okay. So motor area is anterior to the central sulcus. Anterior means front side. Okay, in frontal lobe. And this posterior. Okay. Okay, now these are the sensory area. Okay. Now this motor area divided into three parts. Okay, motor cortex divided into three main parts. One is called primary motor cortex. Okay, primary motor cortex. Second, premotor cortex, premotor area, and supplementary motor area. Now, what are the function of these parts? This primary motor cortex, these are the very essential part. It control all the muscle of the body almost. Okay, but individual muscle. It initiate movement of the muscle. Initiate. Okay, it control the single muscle. Okay, individual muscle. Contraction of the individual muscle. Now second, premotor cortex, it control the group of muscle. Means meaningful contraction is due to the premotor cortex. Suppose this primary motor cortex, it control only the individual muscle, but meaningless. Okay, suppose if you want to hold something, you need the contraction of group of muscle. Okay, so this group of muscle is controlled by premotor cortex. Understand? Okay, so what is the function of this primary motor cortex? It control the movement of individual muscle, contraction of the individual, and it initiate the movement of the contraction. Okay, this premotor cortex, it control the group of muscles, so meaningful contraction. Okay, meaningful contraction is due to the premotor cortex. Meaningful means if you hold something, you need to contract many group of muscle. Okay, when you hold something, you need to contract group of muscle. Many muscle are contracted. It is due to the premotor cortex. Now third is supplementary motor area. Okay, supplementary motor area basically it control the bilateral movement of the muscle. Bilateral movement. Suppose if you want to climb up, so bilateral movement is this movement controlled by supplementary motor area. So primary motor cortex control individual muscle contraction and initiate the muscle contraction. Premotor cortex, it controls the group of muscle. Okay, meaningful contraction. Okay, and third, supplementary motor area, it controls the bilateral contraction of the muscle. Okay, suppose if you want to move up, so whole body move. Okay, right side, left side. So these bilateral movement controlled by supplementary motor area. So I give you just very brief explanation of this motor area. So you understand, okay, what is the function of primary motor, what is the function of premotor, and what is the function of supplementary motor area. Is clear? Okay. So these premotor cortex send impulse to primary motor cortex and then control the group of muscle in association with all these three things. We have already discussed this. Okay, same thing. Okay. Here, control individual muscle movement. Okay. Here, group of muscle. Okay. And here, the bilateral muscle contraction to the supplementary motor area. Okay. These are the main function. Now come to the motor pathways. Basically, there are two major motor pathways. Okay. There are three names of these major motor pathways. One is called corticospinal tract, also called pyramidal pathway. The clinician mostly use this term, pyramidal. Okay, clinician use this term. So corticospinal tracts, pyramidal pathway, or direct motor pathway. There are three names. Okay, of one tract. Second is extra corticospinal tract or extra pyramidal. Okay, and direct. Is clear? So there are two major motor pathways. They start from the cortex and mid of the brain, and then send impulse to the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, there is another neuron which control the muscle. Okay, so I will explain. So just memorize these two names, and these two main tracks subdivide into other track as well. Okay, but these are the two main tracks. Okay. Now here the diagram is not good, but very good. Not good by C, but for the understanding is good. Okay, now two tracks. Okay, one track start from the cortex. Second track start from the midbrain. Okay, so this track start from the cortex. This is called direct track or pyramidal track or corticospinal tract. Okay, second track will start from the middle of the brain, midbrain. It is called extra pyramidal, indirect, or extra corticospinal tract. Now, what are the difference between them? You can see the chain of neuron. Okay, so the neuron which originate start from the cortex to the spinal cord and synapse with the second neuron. Okay, this neuron is called upper motor neuron. The upper motor neuron means the neuron start from the brain to the spinal cord and synapse with the another neuron. This another neuron is called somatic motor neuron, or in other words, lower motor neuron. Okay, so what is the lower motor neuron? The lower motor neuron start from the spinal cord and innervate the muscle. So this neuron is called lower motor neuron, and the neuron will start from the brain to the spinal cord and synapse with the somatic motor neuron. This neuron is called upper motor neuron. So there is a clinical significance of this upper motor neuron and the lower motor neuron. Suppose if there is an injury of the lower motor neuron, there are different clinical findings. Okay, with the help of the examination, you can judge this is the lower motor problem or this is the upper motor problem. If there is a damage of the upper motor neuron, the clinical findings are different, totally different from the lower motor. Okay. Now this neuron which innervate the muscle, this is called somatic motor neuron, also called lower motor neuron, also called alpha motor neuron. You heard this name. Okay, alpha motor neuron, same. Somatic motor neuron, same. Lower motor neuron, same. Now technically, I told this upper motor neuron, but it is inside the brain, inside the central nervous system. So technically, this is wrong word. This is not motor neuron, this is the interneuron. Understand?
Yes, yes.
I told you, the interneuron inside the central nervous system. But the clinician use this term. So we have to use this term. Okay, upper motor neuron means basically interneuron. Okay, in the central nervous system. Okay, this clear? Okay. Now you can see here there are two neurons. There are many neurons, hundred of thousand neurons. I just mention only one. Okay, there are hundred of thousand neurons in one row. So one neuron starts from the cortex and synapse with the somatic neuron. It stimulates the somatic neuron. As a result, action potential arrive to the muscle and muscle will contract. Okay, this is called pyramidal tract. Okay, and pyramidal tract you can control yourself. Masalan, if I tell you move your finger, so you can move your finger. Okay, just move your finger. Okay, stop. This is under your control. You can control it. You can start it, you can control it. So this is called voluntary control. Okay, voluntarily. If I say move, stop, finish. Okay, you can control it. This is corticospinal tract. Means under your voluntary control. You can control it. Okay. Second type is start from the midbrain. Also, this neuron also synapse the same somatic neuron. Okay, same somatic neuron. Whether it stimulate the somatic neuron, whether it inhibit the somatic motor neuron. But what is the difference between them? This controls the involuntary contraction of the muscle. Masalan, you are sitting and you are not aware of your back muscle always in contracted form. Okay, to make you sit down. Okay, so this control. Who's control this? Extrapyramidal tract. The neuron of the extrapyramidal tract control the muscle involuntarily. You cannot aware of it. Okay. So similarly, the movement of the diaphragm. Okay, you can control. But when you stop, the brain send automatically message to control the movement of the diaphragm. Okay. Similarly, you can control your back muscle. But when you are not aware, who's control it? Okay, understand? So the moment you stop your controlling, the other path control the movement of the muscle. Example, sometime you feel a cold and there is a muscle shivering. Why muscle shivering? To produce heat. Who is controlling this? Shivering. Extra. Okay, but the moment you can start the movement, you can control it. But when you stop, the brain sends the message again. There is a shivering. So this involuntary control by extrapyramidal. Understand? Is clear? Okay. Anything else? Any question till now? Okay. So again, there are two main tracks. One is called pyramidal tract, one is called extrapyramidal tract. Pyramidal tract under your voluntary control, okay, and extrapyramidal tract involuntary control. Okay. There is a disease. I give an example. Parkinson's disease. You know Parkinson's disease. Okay. There is a tremor. Okay. But the moment when the patient start movement, what happens? This tremor disappear. This is called resting tremor. This is due to the deficiency of this neuron. Okay, it always stimulate the somatic neuron. Okay, there is a neurotransmitter as well. The problem of neuron, but this neuron control this involuntary movement. Okay, so the moment the patient start movement of the limb, what happen? The tremor disappear. Okay. Okay, now we have already discussed this. Same thing. These are the tracks. Okay, same thing. Now, the direct tract. In direct tract, the 90%, 75 to 90% fiber cross over at the level of medulla oblongata. Okay, 90%, 75 to 90% of the fiber from the cortex. Okay, it cross over. Decussate means cross over at the level of medulla oblongata and then move down to synapse with the somatic motor neuron. The cell body of somatic motor neuron is originate where? What is the part of this? Anterior horn of gray matter. Okay, so the somatic motor neuron originate from anterior or ventral gray horn of the spinal cord. Okay, so this neuron synapse here, and then the somatic motor neuron control the movement of the muscle. Okay, now what is the rest? The 10% fiber not cross at the level of medulla oblongata. It move down at the level of the spinal cord. It decussate. So 10% only. So 90% decussation at the level of medulla oblongata. Only 10% is no decussate at the level of medulla oblongata. It decussate finally at the level of spinal cord. Okay. Now there are 3 more tracks in the direct motor pathway. 3. Okay. All are commonly called direct motor pathway. Lateral corticospinal tract, what it does? It controls the movement of the limb, hands and feet. Okay. Anterior corticospinal tract, it controls the movement of neck and part of the trunk. And corticobulbar tract, it controls the movement of the head, neck, okay, also eye movement, tongue movement, swallowing movement, all facial expressions. These all muscle controlled by corticobulbar tract. All these 3 are commonly called direct motor pathway. Okay. Now indirect motor pathway, there are 4 or 5 tracks in the indirect motor pathway. Rubrospinal, it control flexion of the muscle. It control the flexion of the muscle, but involuntary. I told you, all these are involuntary. You cannot control it. Okay. Tactospinal, visual. You are looking at the board. You are looking me. Okay. Who's control your muscle? Okay. This. Vestibulospinal, balance of the head movement. And reticulospinal, the proximal part of the limb. There is a proximal part of the limb, it controlled by reticulospinal tract. So these all tracks commonly called indirect motor pathway. But common thing is that what is the function of indirect pathway, how it works, what is the function of indirect pathway, how it works. This is the main thing. Okay, then you can subdivide it. Okay, so one is voluntary control, one is under involuntary control. And in motor pathway, in both motor pathways, there are only 2 neurons. One is called upper motor, one is called lower motor. While in sensory pathway, there is 3 neuron chain. Okay, first order, second order, third order. Second order usually arrive at the level of thalamus. Okay, and this second order neuron decussate at different level. Not the first order neuron, not the third order neuron. The second order neuron in the sensory pathway decussate at different level. Okay, understand? Here the decussation occur upper and lower, and decussation at the level of medulla. Here is some example. Upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron, I have already explained. Now what happened? The clinical findings of upper motor neuron and lower motor neuron. In both the cases there is a weakness. Okay, you have a weakness here. In lower motor neuron, if there is a damage of the lower motor neuron, what is flaccidity? Flaccidity means there is no movement. Okay? No tone, no movement. This is called flaccidity. Flaccid paralysis. It's called flaccid paralysis. Okay, if the nerve is totally damaged, it's called flaccid paralysis. Second type of paralysis is called hypertonia. Okay, paralysis, hypertonia. So here, hypo. There is a hyper, and there are 2 types of hypertonia: spasticity and rigidity. I will explain. And there another finding you will see during the clinical examination. There is a hyperreflexia. Hyperreflexia means accelerated. When you tape a tendon of any joint, what happens? There is a hyperreflexia. Okay, but here hypo. You cannot have a or very minimal reflex. There is a wasting Atrophy means wasting of the muscle. Okay, atrophy means wasting of the muscle. So there is an individual muscle or group of muscle atrophy. Suppose muscle, the neuron or axon which innervate the thumb muscle, okay, it damaged. What happened? The muscle, this muscle is atrophy. Not this muscle, not this muscle. Okay, so there is an individual or group of muscle are destroyed or because atrophy or wasting. Okay, yes. But here, what happened here? Here, generalized. Okay, if the disease is prolonged, you can see the generalized wasting of the muscle. Generalized, because the patient is not using the limb, not using the muscle, gradually atrophy. Okay, this is called disuse atrophy. There is no problem in the muscle, no problem in the nerve. Okay, but because the patient is not using his limb, what happened? The muscle is reduce the mass. And there is another fasciculation. What is fasciculation? Involuntary movement of the muscle. Okay, so if there is a damage of the lower motor neuron, you can see in some places of the muscle there is a flicking. Okay, muscle is contracted automatically. Okay, this happen in the lower motor neuron, but you cannot find fasciculation in upper motor neuron. There is one sign here, Babinski sign. You know Babinski sign? Okay, now there is a reflex here. There is a reflex. Okay, called plantar reflex. It's called plantar reflex. So this is the normal response. If the thumb move up, this is called abdominal motion. This type of the response is called Babinski sign. I will explain inshallah when we perform the reflexes. Okay. But just try to understand. This is the plantar reflex. Okay, this is the normal. Okay, and this is the abnormal. Okay, and this normal, abnormal is normal in child. Okay, why? Because of the, this is a, but in adult this is the abnormal, and this is called Babinski reflex. Now come to the paralysis. Paralysis means weakness and loss of voluntary movement. Okay, weakness and loss of voluntary activity. Okay, this paralysis can be divided into different types. One is called monoplegia. Mono means
one.
So there is a effect of the one limb. Okay, paraplegia,
Both.
two extremities, usually lower limbs. Okay, quadriplegia or four limbs. Hemiplegia, half of the body, and you can see commonly in stroke patient. In stroke patient, what happens? The half of the body paralyzed. Okay, this is called hemiplegia. And one more, cross paralysis. In cross paralysis, there is the hemiplegia in one side and one or more cranial nerve affected on the ipsilateral. So contralaterally hemiplegia, and other side there is one or two cranial nerve are affected. This is called cross paralysis. Okay, so these terms are very common: monoplegia, paraplegia, quadriplegia, hemiplegia, and then cross paralysis. Cross paralysis means the contralateral side there is a hemiplegia, and ipsilateral side one or more cranial nerves are affected. Okay, so you have to memorize this term. In exam I can ask. Okay, very easy. Okay, if you understand, very easy. Up till now you understand? Yes. Inshallah ta'ala. Okay. But what to do, please? If you understand here, don't leave it. Okay.
Revise it.
Yes, revise it. Last, if you don't revise, what happens?
Loss.
You forget. So this is the right time. Okay, today. Not forget today. Okay, today, last. Okay, before sleep, one time revision. Inshallah, if suppose you understand here 40-50%, after revision 70-80%. Okay, but what happens if you not revise, down to the 10% only? You forget. Okay. So now motor system examination, there are three parts of the motor system examination. One, we check the muscle bulk. What is the muscle bulk? The mass of the muscle. Okay. Then we check the muscle tone. Then we check the muscle strength. What is the tone? Can anyone explain? What is the tone?
Movement.
Muscle always in slight contracted form. always, all muscle always in slight contracted form. Okay, that's why you are standing, you are sitting. Okay, because the muscle are always in contraction. If there is no contraction, what happen? Fall down. Okay, this is called tone. It increase. So what happen? The electrical signal from the nerve continuously stimulate the muscle. Okay, this is called tone, muscle tone. Okay? Now, how will you check the bulk of the muscle? Very simple. Just look at me. You have to expose the limb, okay, and check the muscle bulk if there is any asymmetry or not. Okay. Usually the dominant hand, the hand you are working, is slightly better than the left hand, but not very drastic change. Okay. So you can check the muscle bulk here, bicep, deltoid, all the muscle are equal or not. This is the bulk. Okay. Similarly on the leg as well. Okay. Foot muscle, thigh muscle, okay, calf muscle, you can check. Now here is the example here. There is a left calf hypertrophy. Hypertrophy means
Increase in the
big mass. Okay. And atrophy means
loss.
reduced mass. Okay. So here, I think not clear, but here the right is atrophy as compared to the. Okay. Similarly here, this is very clear. Now this is the atrophy of the muscle. The thumb muscle are atrophy. Okay. Here the mass is reduced. Okay, bulk reduced. Here normal, but here atrophy. Okay. So which tech involved?
Who?
Which fibers? Upper motor or lower motor? If you see wasting
This is the
wasting in lower motor. I told you. Wasting in a lower motor. So you can see and then judge. This is the lower motor finding. Very easy. Okay? Understand?
ممكن عنده cervical.
Or in shoulder as well. Okay? It depends on the involvement of the nerve. Which nerve is affected? Is the nerve which going to the fingers are affected? The muscle of the finger are affected. Okay? So you can check how feel the muscle bulk. Okay? You can compare it to both sides. Now second part, muscle tone. Okay? Before that, there are two conditions here. I told you, this is a hypertonic state, and this is
Increase in the
increased tone. Increased tone in upper motor or lower motor?
upper.
If you find increased tone, it's called hypertonia. Hypertonia means increased tone. This is a sign of upper motor neuron. Okay, just remember it. Okay. In lower motor neuron, hypotonia. Okay. So there are two types of hypotonia. Hypotonia, spasticity and rigidity. There are two types of hypertonia. Okay, means increased tone. Okay, two types. Spasticity and rigidity. Spasticity, the classical example is glass, knife, spaghetti. Now what is this? When you examine the patient, okay, examine the patient, the tone like this, okay, tone. So initial movement can feel the more resistance. When you move into try to move the wrist or any joint, you feel there is more resistance. But what happened? Initial part more resistant, and after some time there is a reduced. Okay, so initial part you will feel a more tone, more resistance. Okay, and when you going to the examination further, what happened? There is a sudden drop of the limb. Inshallah, I will show you. And this seen in the parameter tract. Okay, understand? Now rigidity. Rigidity again, increase tone, increase hypertonia. There are two types of rigidity. One is called coke wheel rigidity, lead pipe rigidity. So you have to memorize these three terms. First two terms, spasticity and rigidity. Spasticity, one class example,
Increase tone.
glass, knife, spasticity. And rigidity, two types. One is called coke wheel rigidity and lead pipe rigidity. Now what happens in coke wheel rigidity? When you try to examine the tone, there is a jerky movement. You feel a jerky movement. Okay, tone increase, and also there is an intermittent, means you feel a jerk as well. Okay, this is called coke wheel rigidity. Lead pipe rigidity, what is this? Suppose there is a pipe and you try to bend it. What happens? Same type of resistance throughout the bending of the pipe. Okay, if suppose there is a pipe, pipe, okay, rod, and you try to bend it, what happens? You have a
Equal resistance.
equal resistance, okay, throughout the bending of the pipe. Okay, so when you check the tone of the patient, you feel same type of resistance throughout the examination. Okay, so there are three different types. In first type, initial part of the movement, you feel a resistance and then sudden fall of the limb. Okay, in coke wheel rigidity, during the examination of the tone, you feel a jerky movement as well. Okay, jerky movement. Okay, and lead pipe rigidity, throughout the examination, you feel same type of resistance. Okay, throughout. So I will show you, inshallah. Okay. Now there are some terms used anatomically. Okay, what is flexion? What is extension? What is abduction? What is adduction? Okay. So anyone tell me?
Flexion.
Anatomy. Okay. This is.
Flexion.
This is.
Extension.
Okay. Very nice. This is. This is.
Adduction.
Okay. Now I need one volunteer, so I will start this examination. Okay, one volunteer.